So first of all, I want to say that I respect Gareth Southgate as a man, like the way he talks on societal issues with Black Lives Matter and taking the knee. How he's just how he holds himself as a man in front of the press. No issues with that. The guy is a top bloke. When it comes to football, the guy hasn't got a clue. Tactically, he's not good enough to manage England, and I don't know why we're so soft in this country and we accept failure. Like guys failed at the end of the day. The World Cup, we had an easy run. Um, we got to semi final, but we beat no one of merit to get there. We lost to Belgium. We scraped past Colombia on penalties, and we lost to Croatia. Like the teams we beat were Panama, Tunisia, and Sweden. This tournament, um, we couldn't even beat Scotland. Czech Republic and Croatia games, I thought we were poor, but we got results. Um, Germany was a good result, but this is a Germany team that are on the way up. Then they're a Finnish team. Their team peaked in 2014. Half their team since then have retired, so I expect to beat Germany. I expect to beat Ukraine. I expect to beat Denmark. However, we struggled against them. Our first real test of this tournament was the Italy game, and we were awful. Considering the players that we've got available, I would say going into the tournament, I probably would have said this. The only squad better than ours was the France squad. Such a good group of players we've got. The difference is the manager. Every other top nation, all of their managers have won trophies in their careers. Spain managers won the Champions League. Um, Roberto Mancini's won the Premier League. Flipping the Dutch managers won titles in for Ajax. Um, Everyone's won apart from Gareth Southgate, who the only thing he's got on his CV is a relegation. Um, I feel like because he's a nice guy, people like him as a guy. That's why people aren't being, ruthless to him. But at the end of the day, I don't see it progression from 2018. As in, oh, it looks like we've progressed because we've gone from a semi final to a final, but that's because our squad is so much better, our players are better. They're the reason that we're getting that far. But if we had somebody who was able to actually get the best out of them, we should have won this tournament. Like it was written for us to win. We played 6 out of 7 games at Wembley. It's our best squad of players that I've ever seen. Fair enough, we might have had better starting 11s when we had Gerrard and Lampard, Rooney, Rio all playing. But as a squad, this squad is definitely better. The amount of depth we had. And he's just, from game one, set up completely wrong in my eyes. And what was annoying is because we beat Czech Republic, we beat Croatia. Um, Even though I was saying Gareth Southgate is not the right man, everyone said, "Well, but we're winning." So oh, Gareth Southgate masterclass. Oh, you're wrong about Southgate. Just because we're winning, we should be winning. No matter if I was manager of England, we'd be beating these teams because our players are that good. We should be battering them. Czech Republic, we should have steamrolled them. Croatia were poor. We should have steamrolled them. Scotland, we couldn't even beat Scotland. We should be battering them. Um, it says a lot that Italy, we've got a better squad than them. 100%. Better players. Mancini's a much better manager, and that's why they won. You can see it in the game. How we set up very negative. Um, we went 1-0 up after 2 minutes, and I'm thinking, kill the game off. Get on the front foot, get 2, get 3. If we scored twice, 2 goals before half time, Italy not coming back. We've hardly conceded this whole tournament. So for them to score 2 goals in one half, or even 3 or whatever, I wouldn't have seen it. But from minute 2, we sat back and invited pressure. And I think we're only like 10 minutes into the game, and I was watching it like, It looks like there's 5 minutes to go and we're holding on. The way everyone was behind the ball, Harry Kane was literally every man was behind the ball. Kane was basically a centre back at times, just inviting pressure on. They were obviously going to score eventually the way we were playing, um, and that comes from the manager. At the end of the day, we've had the amount of talent we've got. Grealish didn't start a game. For me, that's criminal. Sancho didn't get enough minutes. Foden started the first couple games, then hardly kicked a ball. I think he had too much loyalty to certain players. I know Sterling scored quite a few goals in the tournament, especially early on. But even I was saying, like, fair enough, he's scoring, but if he doesn't score, I don't see what he brings to the team. And what we saw of Sterling in the first 5 matches or so was the best possible Sterling. That is his limit. He did the best he could. But as soon as his performance dipped, like last night, we are basically playing with 10 men. I don't know what the guy did last night. So even though before the tournament I said I wouldn't start Sterling, and then obviously he scored against Croatia, scored against Germany as well. Um, Everyone was saying, "Oh, you're wrong to say Sterling." Gareth Southgate got a right to play Sterling. I disagree because I think if we started with Grealish and we started with a Sancho or we went more attacking, we still would have won and we probably would have won more comfortably. We did the best we could have done with the players that he picked, having Rice and Phillips in midfield, having say 5 defenders. I can't fault any of the players. Like I can't say. I thought Phillips had a great tournament. I thought Rice has had a good tournament. He played really. He's probably one of our best players last night. The defense, left back Shaw, arguably player of the tournament. Maguire and Stones didn't put a foot wrong. Walker was fantastic at right back. So I can't fault the players. The problem is they've done the best they can, but in order to win, we needed better players to do the best they can, but they didn't get a chance. If that makes sense. Like if Grealish stepped up the way Calvin Phillips did, because Grealish is a much better player. If he stepped up at the same level that Phillips did, my God, he could have been player of the tournament and got how many assists and created so many chances. Because I think that was the problem. We didn't create enough chances over the tournament. We weren't as positive as we should have been. Considering last night was a final at Wembley with the players we've got, to only have 34% possession is disgraceful, in my opinion. That's a sign that we've gone backwards. Because on home turf, first final in 55 years, we should be on the front foot. Like, this is ours to win. We're going to go out and win. But he set up, he changed the formation. The last couple of games, he's played 4-2-3-1. He went back to a back five. So from early, it looked like he was being cautious, safety first. And it didn't work. It didn't work because we scored and we sat back. I don't know if it would have been any different if we didn't score early. Would we have set up the same and sat back cautiously, or did we only do that because we scored? I don't know. We never will know. What I do know is this is what I said in my video before the tournament. I'd rather us go out, play attacking football, ball out, play the best football we've ever played, and then lose and say, you know what, we gave our best, we played really good football, we tried, and we came up short, rather than sitting back, defending, loads of defensive midfielders, and going out ugly, which is what we did. I don't want to hear about penalties. People have been getting onto Rashford, Sancho, and Saka. I'm not as much because I think it shouldn't have even got to penalties. I don't really think Italy is as good as everyone make out. I think the standard in this tournament was really poor. We had a poor Germany side. France had the best squad. They were not at it at all. Portugal were poor. I mean, we had the group of death: France, Germany, Portugal. None of them got past the round of 16. So Spain, I thought, were average throughout the tournament. But I thought they outplayed Italy, which shows maybe that we're overhyping Italy. I know they've done really well to go 30 odd games unbeaten. Um, but yeah, that game, I thought they were exposed. I thought Spain were really good, and Italy were holding on and playing for penalties. Um, Netherlands were bad. Yeah, it was the standard of teams was really bad. It was ours to win. It's not like everyone was gunning for the win. From game one, people said Italy looked dangerous, and there was no other real threat. I mean, we didn't even come to the party until probably the Germany game was the game where people thought, right, we could actually do this, because I thought we were poor in the group. That Germany game for me was a semi final. I thought whoever wins that is in the final. Um, there's no way we should be losing to Ukraine or Denmark or whoever got through to the semi final. So I thought we did like the bare minimum that we should have done. Because looking at our group, 100% we should be top in the group. We came up against second in the group of death. It was Germany. Before the game, as a pessimistic fan, I thought England are going to let us down. But on paper, we should be winning. And we won, which was a good result. Um, I can't say Southgate got it right as well, because I think the fact that we were the favourites going into the game and we had to change our style to match them, when if we just played our game, I think we could have beaten them comfortably. That shows a lot of the managers thinking that we had to try and match them. And it was only when he brought Grealish on, which he should have started, that the game changed. So I don't want to give Southgate any credit for the group stage. I'm not giving him credit for the Germany game. Ukraine, we should be beating anyway, so no credit there. Denmark, like I said, I think it's the players that got us over that. Um, just purely because we're a better team than Denmark, we should be beating them. And then, like I said, the first real test was Italy, and we fell short by a long way. Like, let's not get twisted at all. I know it went to penalties, and people are going to say, we did, like, we got to penalties against arguably the best team in the tournament. We were awful. 34% possession. I can't remember, apart from the goal, I don't remember any chances we created. Donnarumma hardly made a save. Um, some of the subs he made were strange as well. He brought Henderson on and then took him off. Henderson, who I know he's got poor history with penalties, but I know the guy would not shy away from one. He's brought on two players who haven't hardly kicked a ball all tournament, didn't kick a ball in the flipping in the final, and expected to score a penalty in the highest pressure moment of their lives. That's never going to end well. I know a lot of people have been getting onto um, Sterling and Grealish for not stepping up and letting Saka. I think Sterling more so. He should be. Apparently, Southgate picked the players. It was all on him. But Sterling, being a senior player in the team, should be saying, no, I'm taking one of the first five. Um, Obviously, we don't know what happens in training. Maybe Saka bangs him in training. It happens. You miss penalties. So I'm not too um, mad about Grealish and Sterling not taking one before Saka. I think they should, but like I said, I don't think he should have got to penalties. Realistically, we should have won that shootout because Pickford made two really good saves. He did all he could, and all our players had to do was score. And we can get onto, uh, you know, who took what penalties and whatnot, but Rashford, Sancho, and Saka are great players, and they're all capable of scoring penalties. So You know, if they score their penalties, we win. Uh, but yeah, for me, penalties is just it's potluck at the end of the day. It shouldn't have gone to penalties. Um, so yeah, I don't think with Southgate we've got a chance in the World Cup. That's another thing. I don't know why people are saying, oh, you know, it's progress. They're gonna use this. They're gonna go to the World Cup, and they're gonna like if we're playing the same way in the World Cup, we're not winning. We're not utilizing our best players. There's no way we're gonna win. We need to be ruthless and say, Southgate, you know what? You've taken us this far. We need a top manager. Otherwise, we're gonna waste this crop of players that we've got because we have world class players with a P teacher as the manager. I mean, look, Mancini. He's not got the best Italy squad ever, but he's got them unbeaten in how many games? They're playing good football. They were the better team in the final, and that comes from the manager. It has to. The thing is, I don't even think we need a top manager. We just need a manager that suits the players we've got. We've got a vast array of attacking talent, so we need a manager who's going to get the best out of them. Someone's going to play attacking football. It's like Mancini's come in and he's seen the players he's got, and he understands. Okay, I'm going to play to my best players' strengths. His best players. Ratti's one of his best players. He was out for the first couple of games, then came in. Started every game since then, based on dictating the play, passing, you know, controlling the midfield. Jorginho was there to help with that, and that's how he played. Plays to their strengths. Whereas Southgate is not playing to our strengths. Grealish should be starting every game. He is, in my opinion, our second best player behind Harry Kane. And the fact that he didn't start a game is just ridiculous in my eyes. Um, so that's my thoughts on Southgate. I think we get a different manager in, we can win the World Cup because we've got the players that can do it. But with Southgate, I don't think we will win. Um, it'd be interesting to see uh, if he changes the way he plays. I feel like because in his head he's like, you know, we got to penalties in the final. We're so close. I'm going to keep it the same. But I just would love to see with the players we've got, let them play the way they want. There was only one moment I think in the whole tournament where I was watching England and I was like, this is the sort of football I want to see. And it was in extra time against Denmark when Grealish and Foden were both on the pitch at the same time and they were balling out. And we looked really good in extra time against Denmark, by the way. Um, there was only one team that was going to win that. And do you know why? Because we had attacking players on to go and win. Whereas against Italy, it was the complete opposite. There was no. I mean, if you're going to bring on Rashford and Sancho, bring them on with 15, 20 minutes of extra time to go so we can try and win. Um, Especially because I think he even mentioned, like, during the game, he took off two of his penalty takers. I'm assuming Mount and Trippier were um, one of the five designated penalty takers. Um, so if you know that you're short on penalty takers, don't let it go to penalties. Seems throw on your attacking players, try and win the game. If you don't back your players to win on penalties, rather push for a winner in extra time. And if you know, overcommit and you concede, you lose. Fair. You're going to lose on penalties anyway because you don't trust your players. In Southgate's head, two players that have hardly kicked the ball should be taking two of the first five penalties, and then a teenager should be taking the fifth. Shows that he doesn't trust his players. So, uh, I mean, I've waffled on for like 20 minutes. I'm all over the shop with what I think. To summarise, Southgate needs to go. It was his fault that we have not won this tournament. This was our tournament to win. Um, fair play to the players. They stepped up. They did everything that they could have done with the system given to them. The only way we're going to improve now is we get a different manager in to let our best players play to their best of their ability. We need to see more of Grealish. We need to see more of Foden. We need to see just fluid football. But I can't have a go at Rice or Phillips because they both played really well over the tournament. But they did really well at what they're good at. And breaking teams down and scoring goals is not what they're good at. Um, so yeah, Southgate out, bring in a manager, ideally someone who's won, who knows what it's like to win. Every other big nation has winning managers. Why shouldn't we, considering the players we've got? Um, I actually think it's we can draw similarities to Italy because they had Conte in 2016 in the Euros. We had Roy. It was a poor tournament for us. Obviously, Roy got sacked. We brought in Big Sam. Fair enough, he didn't last long. And then we brought in caretaker manager Southgate. And he's been there ever since. Whereas Italy, Conte left. They brought in a manager. They didn't qualify for the World Cup with the new manager. I can't remember his name. I'm sure they brought in a caretaker manager then, who was there. It might have even been the under 21 manager, similar to like Southgate. But then they brought in a winner in Mancini, rather than sticking with some inexperienced manager. And Mancini has taken them from that point, 2018, 3 years on. They've only lost twice. They played good good football, considering they haven't got the best squad. They played good football. I don't want. I'm not giving them credit, by the way, for last night. Uh, they were the better team, but they're a dirty team, and I can't. I want to see football played the right way, and seeing Chiellini pull back on Saka, Jorginho stamping on Grealish, the amount of yellow cards they got. I thought it was they were ugly against us. I thought they were ugly against Spain as well. Spain outplayed them, played great football, and Italy were holding up for penalties and doing the same thing, being rough and nasty. So I'm not giving Italy any credit. I'm sorry. Um, but they've got a really good manager, and that's what we need. Get Southgate out, bring someone in who knows how to win. Um, Man, someone like Arsene Wenger, I think, because he appreciates young talent. He knows what it's like to win. He'll play attacking football. Obviously, the guy's an old man, probably won't come back into management. But someone like that, someone that's gonna trust the young players, play attacking football, who knows how to win. That's what I'd like to see. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much my views. Player for player, I thought oh, the team did really well. Very, very proud of the players. They did what they could with the system given to them. The only way we can improve now is with a new system. That's going to come with a new manager. So, Southgate, I like you as a guy. You speak well to the press. You'd be a great PR guy. But for a manager, you're not that guy. So, yeah, now I think it's best to part ways. He won't know because everyone loves him. So, we're going to fall up short in the World Cup as well. I've got no doubts about that. Yeah, I'll call that it. If I think of anything else I didn't mention, I'll probably add it on at the end. But for now, laters.